right. Welcome once again to another segment of Sports Therapy with F.H. Jr. I am your host. A little bit about the show. Sports Therapy with F.H. Jr. is a call in driven show where callers will have 2 minutes to call in and rant, share some knowledge about all things NFL. Here on Sports Therapy with F.H. Jr., we don't talk politics. Man, I don't give a fat rat's butt what the Republicans are doing, nor do I care what the Democrats are doing. We don't talk race relations. We don't talk sexual orientation. All are welcome to call in, and as long as you are a lover of football, you are a fan of mine. And as always, I am rocking the standard uniform and the NFL hat with the NFL logo that signifies that I am as neutral as Switzerland. And I'm rocking the cool beard as I always do. And our sponsor is always Crown Royal. Crown Royal. Yes, indeed. Now, this is week number 2 in the NFL. Now, listen, folks, if you are new and you're wondering, what the hell am I listening to? You're listening to Sports Therapy with F.A. Jr. With a number to call, if you want to be a live guest on the show, it's 940-329-4110. That's 940-329-4110. Now, we give advice, but we don't give sound advice. And this show is for sports entertainment only. That's it, man. Sports entertainment only. This is a place where you can go to get your sports jollies on. If you like to have some fun, you want to talk football, then call 940-329-4110. Today is, well, hey, do me a favor. If you know some Cowboy fans out there, if you got Cowboy fans in your family, if you work with a Cowboy fan, if your frenemy is a Cowboy fan, call and check on them, because today was not a good day in Cowboy land. Now, look, I don't hide it. And one thing about this show, you can call in, and we don't sports shame on Sports Therapy with F.H. Jr. Man, your team is your team. We don't sports shame you now. You know, you're entitled to your own feelings. Now, granted, I am a card carrying. If you can look at my background of the show, you'll see I am a Redskin Commander football team fan. Have been for over 50 years. Nothing is going to change. But I always cheer for everybody in my division to lose, i.e. the Cowboys, Eagles, and Giants. Now, does that mean if they call in, I'm going to, give them a hard time? Nah. We don't fan shame. No, we don't. No, we don't fan shame. No, sir. But it was a dog day. But I can say this. I can't put my finger on the season so far, although this is just the second game. Usually, you can kind of have an idea of what teams are going to be that breakout team, but I don't know, man. To be honest, I don't, man. I don't know at all, because we had the 49ers losing. You got the Ravens are 0-2. You got the Vikings are 2-0 with Sam Darnold as their quarterback. What the hell, brother and sisters? So, man, it's going to be interesting. It is going to be interesting indeed. Yes, it is. But like I said, man, I uploaded because now I'm on Instagram, Facebook. We stream live, show stream live, and I recently joined TikTok. Now I had a small meltdown because this show's about ripping and ranting, so I had to rip my own team. I did last week, so I did upload just a small little portion. Let me go get my comfort pillow. I got my comfort pillow back here. Let's see, can I reach? Hold on. Get my comfort pillow. All right. Now, this is the comfort pillow. And as you can see, in the comfort pillow, now, take a good look at it. Now, whatever fits your mood, we got the comfort pillow for you, Cowboy fans and Raven fans. So, if you're feeling blue, just point to the one little thing that makes you feel good. Yes, sports therapy with FH Jr., where you can get some comfort. Enough said. So I expect the Who That Nation to just be off the wall. Because now, for those who want to know, where am I located? Now, I am located in the great state of Texas. So it's hard being a Redskin Commander football team fan in Texas because I'm surrounded by Cowboys. But we have a good mixture of Steeler fans, um, Saints, and so it's all good. It's all good. It is all good. But hey, you guys know how I always start the show off. I said, hey, you know what? We're gonna talk some scores, and we're not gonna talk too much smack. But hold on, I got a caller.
Who that?
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Sports therapy with F.H. Jr. It is Jay.
Who that?
Jay. Jay. What say ye?
We won. Yeah, about time. I saw that offense. I like that. I like what we saw.
I take it you're in a good mood. Jay,
yes, I am.
Jay, tell me describe the game from your perspective.
All right, well, Carr looked all right tonight. He threw some deep balls that I like. We got a good offense. We had the defense stop some plays. Yeah, so it was all good.
Yeah, I bet it was.
The Cowboys couldn't stop us.
Jay and Grand Prairie. Now, the final score, I believe, was like 44-19.
44-19. Say it loud and proud.
44-19. Who that? Say they gonna beat them their Saints. Who that? Say they gonna go down there and beat them their Saints. Who that said that? Who?
At home in Dallas.
Yeah, now, Jay, I gotta be honest now. Last week the Saints came out and just demolished the Panthers, and then also we had the Cowboys putting a good whooping on the Browns. So I really didn't know what to expect. I thought it was gonna be a closer game because I just figured that whichever team was gonna impose their will on the other team was gonna take care of business. But man, it got ugly.
Every time we touch the ball, we got to score a touchdown.
Hold on. I think y'all just scored again. Oh, man. All I saw was now I was shocked when I always call my man Carr. I always call him check down Charlie because he won't throw the ball down on the field. But today, one of the first plays, man, was a deep touchdown, man. And then I was like, whoa, these boys come to play. And you had him, yeah. Taysom Hill got involved in the action. Alvin Kamara got involved in the action. It was just
Taysom Hill?
Yes. It was just a thorough butt kicking. It was a thorough butt kicking. And the Cowboys.
We already got the Cowboys fans talking about something they're going to beat up in the playoffs. I don't see that happening.
Oh, they talking about
if they make it to the playoffs.
So they making plans for beating you all again. But and if there are Cowboy fans out there, because I got them in my family, love them to death. It is what it is. But it always seems to me, now this is just my opinion, and on this show, everybody's entitled to their own opinion. It just seems like when there's a big game, the Cowboys seem to not show up. I.e. Green Bay. They seem to take care of business when it comes to the team. In other words, they beat the team that they're expecting to beat. But in order to get to the Super Bowl, you got to know how to play against those teams that are good, because you got to figure out what you're made of. You get to test your own metal. I didn't see that today, Jay.
Me either. But I knew that was going to happen.
I was like, wow. You know what? I had predicted the game would be something like 27 to maybe 20 or 27 to 17. I actually thought that the Who That Nation would win it. I didn't think that it would be 44 to 19. Um, it was just a thorough butt kicking, man. You know,
Let them cuss me along.
I got the customer bit right here, Jay. If you want to go
They got
ahead.
their ass whooped.
Say that one more time, Jay. What?
They got their ass whooped.
Woo, Jay and Grand Prairie. Boy, it is nothing but good times in Atlanta. Who that? The Who That Nation. The Who That Nation. Who that say they just gonna go down there and beat them their Saints. Jay,
Nobody.
she said nobody. Nobody said they gonna beat them Saints. Well, Jay, I appreciate you calling and one more time.
Who that said they gonna beat them their Saints? Who that?
Yeah.
Who that?
All right, Jay. Thanks for calling. Bye.
All right.
Now that is Jay in Grand Prairie. Woo woo woo. Jay in Grand Prairie. But if you're not in Grand Prairie, it doesn't make a difference because you can still partake in the drinking of Crown Royal. Crown Royal. Discover Crown Royal. Blended whiskey. Patiently fit for a king. Expertly blended since 1939. And when you ever see me out in the street, man, I'm crime fighting, man, give me a bottle of Crown Royal. And you know what I want you to say? Crown me, baby. Crown Royal. Drink Crown Royal responsibly. And minors, you should never be drinking Crown because you are a minor. That is my drink, Crown Royal. All right. Now, let's go over some scores because as I was telling Jay in Grand Prairie, that there are a lot of things was happening today. There were some shockers. Shocker. The Vikings are 2-0. The Motor City Kitties got beat by the Tampa Bay. Look, we better start taking Tampa Bay serious. Now, last year, that whole NFC South wasn't that good as a collective group. I'm talking about the Panthers, the Who Dat Nation, the Falcons, Dirty Birds, the Falcons, and the Bucks. In fact, I think, and now don't quote me, don't nobody call in and quote me, but I believe they kind of like backed into the the playoffs because hell, they were so bad somebody had to win. But this year, I don't know what's going on, but those teams seem to maybe in the middle of a turnaround, especially when it comes to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Saints. Who that there? But because last week the Buccaneers took on my mighty Redskin football team Commanders, and I was upset with the way our defense played, but man, maybe it's time for me to give it to the Bucks. Man, they're looking pretty good. They're looking pretty good. Sometimes it takes quarterbacks a little bit of time to kind of come into their own, i.e. Sam Darnold, i.e. my man Baker the cake maker. Look like these guys are quarterbacks are just like anybody else, man. It's just like some guys come out the box and they're great. You know, some it takes a little while for them to kind of get their feet under them to get within the right system, get with the right team, and then they explode or take off. Maybe that's what's happening when it comes to the Tampa Bay Bucks. But good things are happening because they took care of the Motor City Kitties of Detroit, and the Lions looked like they were an up and coming young team. I still got faith in them, but keep in mind it's just the second week. But I was watching one of the shows, and they gave some statistics of if you go 1-1, you have like a 46% chance of making the playoff. But if you are 0-2, your chances of making the playoff drop to a mere 6%. So all those teams that are out there that are that are 0-2, look, don't shoot the messenger, okay? Don't shoot the messenger because it looks like may have a long road to hoe. Sports Dad with FA Junior.
FH Junior, man, what's up, man? It's the Ravens extraordinaire, man. Brandon Cooper.
Brandon, be cool. Be cool. You know,
Man, don't do this today, man.
be
Don't do this,
be
man.
cool. I have a pillow, what I call my comfort pillow that I held up. And it's got little faces that you can identify what mood you're in. And they had one that was green, and then we had happy, smiley face, whatever. But I just want to ask you, in fact, I just want you to share with me and the listening audience what you are feeling and what is going on in the land of black and blue.
Man, the thing was the first game of the season. Um, we were playing the defending Super Bowl champs. It came down to the wire. It was a hell of a game. I get that, right? Second game of the season today, dude. We're winning at halftime. We get up 16-3. All Devontae Adams and Brock Bowers just go crazy on our defense. Devontae Adams was killing Brandon Stevens. And then at the end of the game, man, I feel like Lamar should have kept running that damn ball. Like the last play of the game, he should have kept running. Um, like I said, I'm a big proponent of taking your L's early in the season and learning from it. But this was the first home game of the season. I mean, this was just inexcusable. Derrick Henry did his thing. We fed him. He was getting his carries in. I don't understand why we didn't control the clock and move that ball by running it. Um, I'm just at a loss for words, dog. It's and like you was just saying, man, you go 0-2, your chances of winning drastically start dropping. And next week it's us and the Cowboys. You got what, two teams trying to fight for their win. Um,
It is gonna
yeah,
get
man. I don't.
ugly for somebody next week.
It's gonna get ugly because you got two teams that are desperately fighting for a win at this point.
And I
So
and I believe you
mm,
guys are coming here, right?
yeah, man. So I got my dad and I tickets, man. So I'm definitely going to the game the next Sunday. But this is not a position you want to be in. This Raiders team, top to bottom, outside of their receiving core, it's nothing that they do better than us. This was supposed to be a game where, okay, it's your first home game. You got the game one jitters out playing the Chiefs. This is when you go back to the drawing board, man. You just dominate. And we didn't do that, man, in the fourth.
My question to you: are the Ravens reading their own press?
It's tough, man. It's tough. I just don't understand, bro.
Because
I
because this was a weird day, not just for you guys. It was a weird day all around. 49ers got beat. Um, the Cowboys
Chiefs
got,
almost got beat.
yeah, the Chiefs should have got beat, and we're gonna talk about that too.
Should have.
Um, the Cowboys got the brakes beat off of them at home. Man, this was a crazy day. Um, and I guess what I'm trying to get at is, did you guys look past the Raiders to the Cowboys for
And
next week?
that's what I'm thinking it was because it's no way coming in. At halftime, I'm like, okay, we up 6-9. I'm like, okay, cool. Coming out the second half, man, we up. And I'm just like, man, just keep running the damn ball. Why? Bro, Derrick Henry was averaging 4.7 yards a carry. What are we doing?
Brandon,
I just I
I am
I just
convinced
don't understand.
that a lot of the today's offensive coordinators just don't like watching the running game. I think they just like, and I know they're wired different. The game is being taught different, But I have a problem when teams are running the ball and getting 4 and 5 yards of carry, and then all of a sudden the offensive coordinator decide, well, we're gonna trick them. Why do you need to trick them and they haven't stopped you from doing what you're doing? Who's
I
tricking
don't I
who?
don't understand because today, on the offensive end, we couldn't block Max Crosby. He had 2 sacks, 4 tackles for loss. Defensive end, we couldn't guard Devontae Adams. I don't understand. We let this man just live on the island the whole time. Um, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what was going on. I don't know. We didn't use Isaiah Likely in the passing game. He only got 1 pass. Um, we had a lot of things that were working and were going for us in the first game of the season. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what play calling was going on, but it's inexcusable.
I'll be honest, Brandon. I didn't even watch 1 second of that game because I didn't think it was gonna be a game. I, I
Huh.
didn't. I didn't think it was gonna be a game. If that makes sense. I thought probably about halftime Lamar Jackson will have his shoes off, shoulder pads will be off, got a Gatorade or whatever in his hand and getting ready for an ice tub bath. I didn't think it was going to be in competition because you think about it, who's the Raiders quarterback?
The Raiders quarterback was Gardner Minshew.
Yes, yes, and
The Raiders quarterback was Gardner damn Minshew, bro.
I didn't think it was going to be a game. I did not think it was going to be a game, Brandon.
I can't want it more than you want it, man.
Bruh,
I just don't. These are these games. These are these little games that you don't get back. You have to win these, man.
yes,
Now you're down. Now you're down,
bruh.
and I don't know. Now you're down 2-0. I mean, you're 0-2, and then you're going into Dallas, who's desperately in need of a win, and you have no positives on the board right now. I don't know what's going on. I can't tell you. I mean, the only thing that we really got working for ourselves right now is giving Derrick Henry the football.
And that may work because I guarantee Dallas Dallas couldn't stop the Saints at all. They scored on every possession. Hell, I think they just scored again. 2 minutes ago, I think they still scored. But they could not stop the Saints from doing anything they wanted to do. There was no pressure on Carr. Bruh, Alvin Kamara ran around the end. They ran up the middle. They threw over the top. They threw outside. They had trips outside. They went with that. They had gadget plays. They just did. Today looked like a practice game. Practice. We talking about practice, not a game. Practice.
Not practice. Game.
Man, where was Iverson at when you needed
It,
him?
I mean, this is just these are games you can't get back, man. It's a long season. You got 15 more to get your mind right. And
And let me tell you something, bro. I watched them their Steelers today, and Fields is starting to look like we thought he was going to look. He is starting to be like a Steelers version of Big Ben. Where they play.
yeah, he was definitely more comfortable in the offense
Oh man,
today.
he was. And normally my problem had been with Fields was he just didn't have the touch that he could put on passes. He's starting to kind of get it. He's starting to get it. And you mix that with his running ability, and he's a big dude anyway. It's like, bruh, you know. But if let me ask you this question, man. And I know your heart hurt. I know your heart hurt, but but let me ask you this. Let's segue into the Dolphins game Thursday night.
Oh man.
And you played at that level. You played Division 1 level. At what point? At what point, man? Because football, sports, and all, it's like a drug, man. It's like being when you playing and you have a passion for it. Bro, it's almost like being a drug addict or alcoholic, man. Sometimes you have to go to some type of support, some type of support class group to kind of let go. So I'm saying, is it time for Tua Tagovailoa to hang it up?
Man, I'm gonna be honest, man. When you've had 6 concussions in like 2 years, gotta hang it up, man, for health reasons. It's tough now watching this man continue to take these hits and take these beatings, and you gotta think for the overall longevity. Like, man, you're not even 30 years old.
I
You got
know.
a whole life ahead of you, man. Do not allow that young man to get back on that football field
I know.
because it's clearly something wrong. Because now the hits that he's taking aren't even as hard of hits as the first time. But his brain is so sensitive, man. Don't allow that young man to go out there, man.
Because, man, what I saw wasn't a violent hit. It was like, and according to what I heard, it wasn't the actual hit that caused the concussion. It was the after effects of the hit, where he got hit. He hit his head on the ground. But if you've had
Hmm.
multi concussions like that on that level, it doesn't take that much for the next one you get, and the next one, the next one, the next one. Um, man, I want to see him. I want to see him hang it up. Um, I know there's gonna probably be some talk about his contract, where we are with that. Now, here's a chance for the NFL to do the right thing, which is to say, okay, give him some incentive to call it a career, but give the team some incentive to expedite that plan, which is, you know what, if he retires or can't play, then they have to work out something against the cap to give them some room to otherwise
Yeah, yeah, I
other
agree.
otherwise you will see people still trying to get him to play, not because not because they want to see him play, but because they don't want to give him that $120 million that he's owed. So
Oh yeah,
and for the league, when we talk about concussion, they don't need bad press, man. They don't need bad press, brother. But it looked ugly, man.
it did, man, and it's just so hard to watch. And you can just see, like, man, do not allow this man to step foot because we can already see, something is wrong,
Yup. And
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 this
they're
ain't good, man.
and they're saying, if the league's medical team come back and say, hey, you probably need to call it a career, you can always find somebody that's gonna tell you. You can always find a doctor that can say, hey, take a year off, you'll be good. Take 6 months off, take 6 games off. You can always find a doctor that's gonna sign off on anything. But
Yeah, man.
I
And what I'm looking at is, man, we really got to study the Miami Dolphins medical team because last year when he got that concussion on Sunday night and they cleared him to play that Thursday evening for that Thursday night game, that's a problem. That man had 3 concussions in one season. That's a problem.
well, hell, they
And
sent
for this to just continue to happen,
they
mm-mm.
they sent him back out there even in the same game that he got the concussion in. I was watching that game,
Bruh,
and I was like,
ain't no way.
come on, man, you got to get him out, man. You got to get him out. I'm like, hey, man. But hey, man, I got another caller trying to get in here, brother. Um,
Yes, sir.
get you a word in for what you do, brother.
Hey man, look man, Brandon Cooper, the Ravens extraordinaire. We 0-2, but It's a long season. We keep fighting to the end, baby. Hey, we coming to Dallas next week. I will be there front and center, my man.
All right, man. Thanks for calling.
Ooh. Yes, sir. No problem. Thanks for having me.
Sports there with FA Junior.
What's going on, my brother?
Man, let me get this cuss. Let me make sure my cussing bell working. All right, cussing bell's working, baby.
All right, that's all I need to hear, baby. What a good day for football today. Damn it, what a good day today to be a football fan today.
Woo.
Boy, you can't ask nothing for nothing better today. Boy, them Cowboys got their ass tore up down there today. Boy, look at him. Them some they was dropping bombs on them some it looked like they was in war over there in Dallas today. Them some they was dropping bombs, all that. Everybody was catching something just the folks. Everybody was catching something just the tight end from Dallas. That's something might have caught two passes today. They tore their ass up today. They got their natural bone ass whooped today. Boy, I could have felt no better for football than in my life. What a great day for football. What a great day.
It was a great day.
They
Bro.
got their ass so up. Motherfuckers got their ass smacked. Them motherfuckers started out 1-0 to talk about Super Bowl. I thought the motherfucker big head. I thought him a big head. That's something gonna take back out of I went to the Super Bowl. Hey man, they ain't gonna tell you. They ain't gonna tell you bail up, man. I'm through, man. I'm through, man. Boy, what a day for football. Woo!
Hey man.
Hey, I thought it would come on. I thought it would come on like Sexy Red. You know when she first come on, I said, "Ooh, baby." I'm throw their hands up and boy, down it look like Sexy Red. I know the motherfucking football field today. Motherfucker Sexy Cowboy. Damn Sexy Cowboy got their regular ass throw up today. Oh, they made my day today, boy. I can't wait to go to work in the morning.
Oh man,
boy,
yeah, it's gonna be.
Boy, it's been good football today.
Hey, boy.
But I tell you what, man. I tell you what, man. It's man. You can't anybody get beat on any given day, man.
Any given day, the 49ers got beat.
Yeah.
The Ravens got beat by the Raiders.
Yeah, man.
Man, I tell you what. The Motor City Kitties, they got beat. Oh, bro.
Yeah.
And hell, we couldn't score a touchdown. We kicked seven field goals. I mean, what the hell we did?
Man, but I like y'all quarterback though.
Oh, he the truth. Cause we can move the ball.
Yeah, I like that quarterback, man.
He is not playing like a rookie. Now, only thing you need to work on. But you know what? I'm happy with the offensive side. I can't complain about nothing on the offensive side. I really can't. But, bro, we got our defensive backs are horrible, bro. We horrible. We are horrible. We horrible. Only way we can.
Yes, man. But
only thing we can make up for them being that bad is that we got to get down there and score a touchdown. We can't settle for field goals. When your defense is that bad, the offense got to be your defense and stuff, bro. But man, man, Jaden Daniels, I call him Jack Daniels, cause
man, Uncle Jack,
Jack Daniels, Jack Daniels playing, boy. Yeah.
Boy, Jack Daniels playing like no rookie.
Nah, Jack Daniels.
But I'm gonna say, I'm gonna say this to get back to that Cowboy, same game. The Cowboys, hey man, Saints top 5 team in football right now.
Right about now. But you know, last week when they beat the hell out the Panthers, I was like, well, they did beat the crap out of them, but the Panthers they look bad. And then of course you know the Cowboys beat the hell out of the Browns and
Cleveland.
Yeah, and I'm convinced that my boy arm and shoulders messed up. And then they had 2 offensive linemen out. They Nick Chubb was on the men. So when I asked, and you know, when I told some of my coworkers that I work with, I said, "Hey, look, guys, it looked like that's fool's gold." And I said, "Y'all, hey, look, if you look, I said, if you separate your fandom from what you saw, it looked like fool's gold to me. I just, and granted, I tell them, look, that's the nicest thing I'm gonna say about the Cowboys, but bruh, it didn't look like they played anybody. So I thought the Saints would beat them, but I thought it would be something like, I don't know, 27-17 or 27-13, bruh. I didn't see 44-19 coming, bruh. That was ugly.
Oh man,
They
I'm
scored.
talking about they quit. Yeah, the game was over in the third quarter.
It was.
Yeah,
And
and man, the Saints got a hell of a lot better team than I thought they did, man. That defense is solid, man.
Boy, is it. Boy, is it.
Man, that defense is fast and solid. And that offense, I like how they run the offense. They spread everything out, man. And see, hey, man, that's the way Baltimore should be playing, man. The way they playing, they ain't gonna win too many games because they don't open up their offense enough. Their offense too stagnant. They got Derrick Henry and they got Lamar Jackson, but they need to open up their offense, man.
Well, and the thing about it, if you take a look at what the Saints got, hell, the Saints got the kind of cars you can open your office with, bro. They got speed.
They
got speed.
They got speed, and they got athletes, man.
Yes, sir. When you got that, you can open your office.
Boy,
because
man, I didn't know they had it like that though.
They got those 2.
They impressed the hell out of me, baby.
They got those 2 receivers, Olave and Rashid. Then you got Alvin Kamara. Then you got the Swiss Army knife with Taysom Hill. You can line them up anywhere. Man,
yes.
Hey
man, I'm gonna tell you something. Since you said that a while ago, that just I know it's just the first 2 games of the season. It's just not getting started. But if I had to pick an MVP right now in the league, that boy from the Saints, Taysom Campbell, would be the MVP because that dude played every position and he played well.
People don't realize he is the glue to their team because
he's the glue, man.
You got to.
He is that glue, man.
Because when you see a guy make a big run, if you really go back and look, it's because he's coming in as probably tight end making a key block, or when they get down to say 3rd and 2. When they know that they need a first down, they gonna line him up. He coming in as quarterback and keep it and run. He's tough.
Man, I'm talking about he played every position too. I'm talking about play it well too, man. Yeah, man.
He is Swiss Army knife. He is a Swiss.
Every player. If every team had one of them, they'll be okay.
Yeah, he's Swiss Army knife. But hey, man.
Yes, he is.
Let me say this to you.
And I'm gonna tell you another team I was impressed with today.
Ooh.
The Tampa Bay Buccaneers, man.
Man, I just like I was telling Brandon, I was like, boy, when they beat us, I was thinking we just played bad. But man, they look like they are the team to beat now because because the Detroit Lions are not.
They play football.
Yes, they do. Yeah, they do. They are barring an injury or something like that. Because remember how bad the NFC South was last year, where only reason they had a playoff team because of the rules. The rules say you had to have one because all of them were terrible. But now you got the Saints playing good football. You got the Buccaneers playing good football. Well, the Panthers are terrible, but and then the Dirty Birds, we shall see what they're gonna do. But this was a good day, man. This was a good day. It
was a good day for football, man.
Some teams stayed alive. Some teams may have screwed up their whole season because, as I was telling Brandon, statistic when they was showing all that statistic that it was talking about, if you go 1-1, you got a 46% chance of making the playoff. But if you 0-2,
exactly.
Oh, bro, it dropped down to like 6%. Now let's talk about your Steelers, bro. Man, Fields.
I was waiting on you. I was waiting on you to say it, but I didn't want to say nothing.
Fields is starting to look like y'all got y'all money worth, bro, because he is starting to look like what we thought he was gonna be. I think he just,
And
and I think the Bears are gonna rule the day that they let him go, because he's starting to look like a modern
I
day
don't think, man.
version. He's starting to look like a modern day version of Big Ben. He a big dude. He can hang
And I'm
in
gonna tell
there,
you
and
something,
he can
man.
run that ball.
With that ground game
Yeah.
they got, and the physical style offensive line,
Yep.
Arthur Smith run. They, but the only thing about Pittsburgh, man, they better go and take care of business the first half of the season, because that second half is brutal, man. You got Baltimore now twice getting over there in that NFC. No, I know they got a 2-game lead on Baltimore and
Yeah.
all that now, but
Yeah.
they hadn't played nobody in their division yet either. And after game, time goes. I mean, things go to picking up after week 4 and 5,
It does.
and so they need to go and try to take care of business while they can against the team they're supposed to beat. But that defense is salty, man.
And see, before the book on Fields was he was just an athlete playing quarterback. He wasn't accurate. Now he is starting to learn how to put some touch on the ball, throw it where guys can catch it, and the game is starting to slow down for him, and he's starting to really get the game. Now, if I'm you guys, and I'm not in the Steelers family, but if I'm the Steelers, I give the Miami Dolphins a call and say, hey, would y'all be interested in Russell Wilson? We'll let y'all have
I
him.
would too.
But you got to y'all can fleece them right about now. Y'all can fleece them right about now.
Yeah. Yeah, we can get an old linebacker, or defensive back or something.
Shoot, man, y'all can get some defensive backs, some draft picks, whatever. Because right now this is their opportunity, their window to get to the Super Bowl, and man, they don't have a quarterback. And
yes, man. And man, I tell you what, man. Buffalo kind of impressed me a little bit.
they did. They
Yeah,
did.
I know it's early in the season, and they start off like this, but for the be what they, I know I wouldn't expect them to start off playing better than they are right now, though.
I got you. But I meant to bring up this subject, and Brandon and I was going to talk about it, and then we didn't get a chance to bring it up. But let me say this: I was watching the Kansas City Cincinnati game, and you know me, man. I believe players should have the opportunity to sell it on the field. I don't think referees should make that one call that's going to determine the outlet of the game. Now, what gets me is it time for us to say Patrick Mahomes is getting NBA type calls? You know what NBA calls are, right?
The Jordan rules,
yes.
the Steph Curry,
yes.
the LeBron James.
Yes. Yes. Is he starting to get them kind of calls? Because, bruh, it was one of the last plays of the game, and it was a 4th and freaking 9. Now, they forced him out of the pocket. He ran around, kept the play alive, and he hoisted probably about a 40, and they were out of field goal range. So he hoisted his ball up, almost like, when it's almost toward the end of halftime or the end of the game, and you just throw it up and everybody run down there and try to catch it, and somebody got to knock it down and all that good stuff. So basically what he had going on, and they called pass interference on the guy on defense that was just jumping up trying to catch the ball. Because to me, the ball in the air anybody was entitled to it. Now, if he had just ran through old boy and wiped him out, I would have said, okay, you got to make that call. If he'd been, you know what I'm saying? If he'd have pulled his arm down, okay, you got to make that call. But it was just two guys going up to catch the ball that was hanging in the air. The referee called pass interference and put the Chiefs in field goal position, and they kicked the field goal to win the game by 1 point. I don't like
man,
I don't like that, homeboy.
Defensive players don't have no rights hardly no more in football.
But I don't like that call, man. And I love Patrick Mahomes, but I don't like. I just it's just something about that call just didn't sit right with me. That
Yeah,
didn't.
they do make some crazy calls in the game sometimes. You know, it is mind boggling now. Like you say, he gets some favorable calls in the last few years.
Yes. I'm like, come on, man, come on, refs, come on, refs.
Yeah, man, the ref man sometimes make you think you know how it is sometimes with the referee. And then they got instant replay. They can't use it. When they do use it, they still don't get it right.
I know, and that's what gives me sometimes too, because you cannot tell me that um it was a call they gave the quarterback for the Bengals, Joe. They called a foul on Cool Joe. I'm not a foul. They called a fumble, but you couldn't show an angle where he just fumbled the ball. You couldn't see it, and dude picked it up for the Chiefs for a scoop and score. I'm like, come on, man, come on.
Yeah, I seen that.
You there
Man,
there
it's
was
crazy, man.
no angle that they can show me where he just fumbled the ball. It's like you couldn't even tell. Like, come on, what are we doing? And bro, I was like, come on. I don't know, man. Like I said, man, I just hope I just hope that I give my man Patrick Mahomes do we have Jordan rules?
Yes, he do get some of the rules sometimes. Same way by Tom Brady used to get them.
Yeah.
And Peyton Manning.
I was like,
You know, I guess they earn it. Yeah,
I was like, come on, man. Seriously? Seriously? Is that what we
and,
doing?
yeah,
Is that what we
yeah,
doing? Now, granted,
yeah.
and granted, they're saying you could blame it on Jamar Chase too, because it was fourth and hey, I think 5 or 6, and um, they would have gotten the ball, but somehow he took his helmet off, or he did something to get a penalty, which allowed the Chiefs to keep the ball, and that when it was only like 2 or 3 minutes left, if he hadn't did a bonehead play like that, then Cincinnati would have been able to keep the ball and run the clock out. But hey, man, that's why they play the game, I guess. that's why they.
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
That is why they play the game, man. 49ers lost on um a 97-yard pass play on their own 2 or 3 yard line. it, man, you would think now. What's the number one thing that they tell all safeties when you're safe? They always tell you when when all else fails, don't let a player do what, homeboy Glenn? When you the safety.
Don't let him beat you.
That's it.
Yeah, yeah.
Don't let
Don't let him stay in front of him. Let him stay in front of you.
when the game on the line, you the safety. They say don't let anybody get behind you. Plain and simple. So how does this man come off the line, run past the safety, and they ain't got but 2 receivers in the pattern? They didn't send out
They have a two receiver.
2 receivers in the pattern. And I'm like, how does this happen? Dude,
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
and dude,
It is.
I was like, you gotta be kidding me. 97
Yeah,
yard touchdown.
and I didn't understand Baltimore. Baltimore had a 10-point lead in the fourth quarter because I was watching a little bit of it, and I said, well, it's over with. It's over with for them. I said, it's over with for the Raiders. The next thing I know, I come back here, they finish kicking.
Man, I told Brandon, I said, man, I didn't even bother to watch 1 second of that game because I just knew I knew they were gonna kill the Raiders. I said, first Baltimore they lost last week, so okay, they're gonna be salty about losing, and they're playing the Raiders. Who's the Raiders quarterback? Gardner Minshew. I was like, come on, man, this is gonna
Mhm.
be. I just figured they're gonna kill them. I'm thinking it's probably be something like 40-10 or 40-3. Like I'm not gonna watch that. Next thing I know, they they lost. Man,
I mean, man, I mean, like I said, man, anybody get beat, man. The worst team in football right now is the Carolina Panthers,
yep,
and then maybe the Giants.
yep.
They just, but you have to watch them. They'll beat somebody.
Man, tell me about it. Tell me about it. So now,
Yeah,
did you watch the game Thursday night?
yeah, Miami and Buffalo.
Yes. Did you see
And
Tua? Did you see Tua get hurt?
yes,
What are your opinion on that? Should he keep playing or should he hang it up?
man, man, I like dude, man. I like Tua, and and I understand the competitiveness of the game. But man, your body is your temple, man. It's it shouldn't be his decision.
True.
I don't think it should be his decision. I think I hate to say it, but I think the NFL or the team should step in and tell him. If they care about him enough, they care about his health like they say they do. You know,
That's a good
it
point.
ain't like he out there slacking, man. That man going out there giving y'all his all. And you see he had 3 or 4 concussions. Man, when that man got up the other day, man, hey, man, you don't never know, man. I mean, that go for any of us in life or anything. But, man, that man could be anybody in there been one hit away. But, man, the way the concussions he done had lately, I think I don't want to take no chance no more. That don't make you a coward. That don't make you, shit, I respect you. I respect you.
I agree. I
Yeah,
because
I respect him. I like him as a quarterback. And I like how he carries himself. He's not no arrogant, and he ain't no bad quarterback. I think, I truly think if he had not got that first concussion, he might have been one of the top quarterbacks in the league by now.
true. I just think
Yeah,
that
because he's a hell of a quarterback now.
I think I think he already got 45 million. Then there's probably about 120 million that's pretty much guaranteed. And I think the issue probably for the team, and it shouldn't, and like you said, it shouldn't be in the team's hands. And I'm sure that there's going to be a team physician that's going to probably recommend that that he retire, football related. And I think the issue may be for Miami is what do we do with the guaranteed $120 million that he's owed? Is that gonna affect the team as far as the cap? That's why I think the league should get involved and say, hey, this is a different situation with some mitigating circumstances that they probably need to not let that count against them as far as with the salary cap, so that they could come back in and maybe um, get them a better shot at a better quarterback, or maybe reward them with a high draft pick in the first round. Maybe a first, second, and third, or fourth pick, and so something like that, because you don't want it to where he feels like he has to play, and because even if the league comes back and say, hey, team doctor say you can't play no more, you can always find a doctor that's gonna sign off and say, hey, bro, you good to go. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But what I
But,
saw,
like I said, it's tough, man. That's kind of tough. I can understand his side wanting to play that competitiveness. I was listening to you earlier. You were talking to the guy, Brandon, I think his name,
yeah,
and you were telling him like football is something like a drug,
it
and
is.
it is. Once when you get that competitive fire,
Yes,
you know, it's addictive.
it
You
is.
know, sports are not addictive because you're competing against best against the best. You know, and he want to get out there and show what he can do each and every Sunday. But at the same time, man, you got to look out for your health. That's why I you look at a guy like Barry Sanders. The other boy played with Detroit Johnson, Calvin Johnson, Andrew Luck. Them guys, I know we wanted to see them play longer because them guys was real successful. But at the same time, they thought about their health, but more important.
And other than Andrew Luck, those other two you mentioned, less than 1% of NFL guys quit the game when they're in good shape. The majority of them quit because they too old, they can't play no more, and their body is so broken down, or a team won't sign them.
That's right.
It's very few will just simply say, you know what, I'm done. I think I can't think of the young man's name, but he quit and he's trying to go to medical school, and he's like, okay, boom, we're done. Right. But majority of them, I remember Mike Irvin said this. He said, hey man, if he hadn't had a neck injury, he said, man, he would still be out there probably playing until they had to cart him off the field. He said the only reason he quit was when he got injured in Philly, and he was laying on that on the turf. And he said he couldn't feel nothing. He couldn't feel his leg. And he said he told the good Lord, if you ever let me get some feeling in my body again, I'm done playing football. And for the most part,
and you look at a guy like Terrell Owens.
Yep.
Man, if a team Terrell Owens would be playing right now, if a team game would change.
He sure would. He would play right to the
and guess what? And guess what? He's still athletic enough to play.
Yeah, he probably come and play. He probably come and play a tight end or something like that. Yep. But homeboy Glenn, you about to hear the sound of my music as we get ready to shut it down one more again. All right, it is time to wrap it and cap it on Sports Therapy with F.H. Jr. I want to say thank you to Brandon from D1 Ignorant University. Also Jay in Grand Prairie. Like to thank my homeboy Glenn calling from the great state of Arkansas. I also like to say a big old hello to the Country Kitties down in Lower Arkansas, better known as Little Rock, and all the people in the great state of Texas. Those who listen to me in Arlington, Grand Prairie, Irving, and my kids who should not be listening to my show because it's rated PG-13. And last but not least, those on the yard, University of Arkansas at Grand Prairie, University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff. Stay golden, baby. We will see you next week. Goodbye, everybody.